Alright, welcome back to the channel, boys. As you can see, today we will be talking about Haki in RELLseas and what it could potentially be like, and some ideas and concepts you guys, the people, had come up with in my Discord, which you should come join. You know, we're about to actually hit 200 members, I think. Yeah, we're at 171 right now. Let's try and get to 300, man. Come on. But as you can see right over here in the polls tab, I asked everybody in the Discord the other day, how would you guys want to see Haki work in RELLseas? Okay, conquerors, armament, or observation. Leave your ideas down below in poll answers. So we're gonna be going over all that today, and yeah, if you guys want to see more discussion-esque videos like this, hey man, leave a like and come join the Discord, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of worded the question wrong in the polls. What I meant by that is also like how you guys would want to see the progression to get it would be, you know, because there's certain ways you can do it in terms of like, all right, you can have trials, so maybe a 3-part quest in one of the missions, and it's like, all right, you do this, and the third quest is like some really cool boss fight or something like that, you know, something of that sort. You know, that's just something I came up with off the dome, but like you guys probably could come up with some crazier ideas than I can, obviously. So Irrelevant says over here, his name is Irrelevant, not he himself, but he says skill tree for Haki for real. I think that'd be pretty sick as well. Yeah. Somebody left this comment on my last video, but pretty much it was like having a skill tree of all the moves in the Haki, or at least in that case it was devil fruits, but having the skill tree of all of it, and then pretty much only having a certain amount of stat points, so you can't unlock everything. So it's kind of like Shinobi Origin. If you guys ended up playing that game, it was a really cool game. They had branches on the skill tree, so you could only put certain points in certain things. You couldn't put it in everything, and I think that'd be a cool way to work with this. So maybe it's like you main in one type of Haki specifically, or you're kind of overall and you're not a main in any of them, but like you still have a good enough amount to where, you know, you can still fight really well. That could be a really cool concept, I think, because then you could have so many different builds, especially with the devil fruit as well, to where you can make like a full-on observation Haki build. And then if you have your guns, and oh my god, that'd be insane. Actually, that could potentially be really cool. So if they end up adding like a scope in with the gun as well, imagine how the observation Haki could probably play into that. That'd be wild. So maybe you could see through objects or something. So if your target is behind, like, I don't know, like a house or something, like you could see where they're at and where they're going to be walking towards, so you could shoot them before they get there and kind of time it. What, bro, that would be sick, you know? That'd be sick. And even with armament, full-on armament, you could kind of just end up like Garp. You know, he doesn't have any devil fruit or anything. He's just super physically strong and just has great Haki. You know, that would be sick, bro. Oh my god. Sekai in the Discord says Conqueror's Haki is kind of like a stun, like you activate an aura with boundaries that would immediately stun the enemy for like 3 seconds or more, basically a genjutsu. Yeah, okay. Limit their movement or maybe slow them down a bit. That would be really cool. Okay, I'll come back to that one. I'm gonna put a pin on that. Armament, have it multiply your strength stats. Yep, maybe make it so that you can, I don't know, punch harder or move faster or increase your damage buffs and so on. Make it as close as possible to the show. Observation Haki, you know how in Naruto RPG Beyond, activating the Sharingan will let you see what jutsu your opponent's main. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, something like that, where you'll be able to see certain jutsus that your opponent uses above their heads. Make it like that in RELLseas. I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, that observation could honestly work like that. If you didn't play Naruto RPG Beyond, pretty much in that game you'd have to press a button. So like, let's say 1 or something. You have to press 1 and then you click M1 to use the move. So if they press 1, you could see what button they're pressing and what move it is by the little decal above their character. That was if you have Sharingan, and that could be pretty interesting if you have, like, let's say fully maxed out observation or something. That'd be insane. Or when you activate observation Haki, you can see your opponent's full loadout, moves, type of Haki use, devil fruit, etc. above their heads. It's like it appears above their heads, fully visible to you. That's why it needs to be the rarest form of Haki. All right, yeah, I agree. That kind of reminds me of if you guys played Dragon Ball Xenoverse, that game, they pretty much had a feature where if you use the scouter, so as soon as the match started, you could scan what moves and everything your opponent has, and then you would be better prepared, because you're like, okay, he has this, he has this, he has that. All right, I kind of know what he's gonna do in this match, so I'll try and counter him pretty much. That would be honestly really amazing to see as well. Yeah, but that would be like a fully decked out observation Haki build, if that's the route that the game's even going. I'm surprised I'm not seeing, I guess, concepts on how they'd want to see it be obtained. Because usually in One Piece games, you see how the Haki is obtained. It's kind of like you just go to talk to a guy on a mountain or something, and then you just pay him like 50k belly, and then okay, you have it. I mean, while that's fine, I'm assuming in RELLseas it might be a bit different. Like I said earlier, it could have some trials or something, and that would be amazing, bro. Like imagine having trials like that, trying to get your Haki and stuff like that. And maybe if you want to upgrade it to the next level, so let's say you have a certain amount of stat points and it caps out at a certain number. Then to get to the next level of it, you've got to go back to the guy or to another guy, and they'll teach you in different form of that Haki. That'd be sick as well. I think that'd be super dope. And back to the Conqueror's Haki thing that I pinned earlier, I think it should work kind of similar to what he said. Like, it should be an aura that's, you know, kind of has boundaries. I think depending on what level you are, it affects you or it doesn't. So like if it's a level, well, there's not going to be levels in the game, so I guess depending on how much stronger than the person you are, it affects you differently. So let's say it's like a level 1, or in this case I'll use levels. Let's say it's like a level 1 compared to like a level 100. If you use Conqueror's Haki, they just get knocked out instantly. Like, they just stunned for like a while, you know what I mean? And then compared to, like, let's say you're level 75 and against a level 100, in that case it should just slow your character down. It stuns you for a little bit and it just slows your movement down. But if you're level 100, it probably shouldn't affect you. Like, you both should be toe to toe in that sense. But maybe level 90, in that case it doesn't stun you at all. It just slows your movement speed down a little bit. I think that could be a really cool way to do Conquerors, but I do not actually want to see Conquerors in game for a very, very long time. You know, it shouldn't just be something boom on release. You know, you gotta have some things that you hold out on, you know, for a little bit at least. That's how I would do it anyway. But yeah, Weasley says Conqueror's Haki at 10,000 Robux pay to win Game Pass that one shots everyone in range, and the range would be 3 times bigger than an island in. What is this shit, man? What's wrong with this guy, man? Okamiji says unique types of Conqueror's Haki. Luffy's color of Emperor and Kaido's purple Haki with different effects on each, and neither are better than others. Just RNG to see which one you got. Yeah, I don't see why that would be a bad idea. Yeah, definitely. It would also add a cool, unique sense to the Haki, at least for your character in that case, because I think it'd be really cool. But a lot of people would probably try and go for red, me included, because red's my favorite color. So, but I think that'd be really cool. There's probably going to be like rarer colors depending on how cooler they look or something like that. I don't know. Tyrone says, low-key, I don't want to see Conquerors for a while in game. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it should be in game for quite a long time, especially because the game's gonna have 30 fruits on release. I just feel like, you know, we have a lot of content to go over in One Piece's world to where we don't really need Conquerors ASAP, you know? So yeah, I agree. Mari says Conqueror's Haki should have a field radius around the player. Yep, where if somebody doesn't have Haki or a very weak Conqueror's Haki, should make their screen wispy. I'm assuming he means kind of like blurry or something, but it's a fairly faint effect and slows the opponent down. I agree. If both players' Haki are strong, then both Haki fields collide and causes everyone in the area who doesn't have the following to faint completely. Hey, that would be kind of cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. And then this kind of goes in with the Conqueror's Haki we were talking about earlier, where if there's a skill tree, depending on how many points or certain things you have, you could get way stronger versions of Conqueror's Haki. So what if you're the same level as someone, but your Conquerors is stronger than theirs? Then that just kind of means you cancel their Conquerors out, right? Because that should kind of work like that, right? But then again, if you're a lower level, but you have a higher level of Conquerors than them, should it still work the same way? I don't know. Damn, you see now, like, it just gets really interesting, you know? Like, oh man, One Piece is a lovely world, bro. It's such a dope anime. Moving on to Toad Conquerors, you have to master armament and observation to go to an area to test your will. Ooh, hold on, he's onto something. This is also how you will train Conquerors. Some people will naturally have more Conquerors potential than others, so other people will just have to train more. I do like this idea, actually. I do. It kind of contradicts the other one where you can't fully max out in one or the other Haki, but then there's people in One Piece who don't really have armament or observation mastered, but they still have Conquerors. So like sometimes their Conqueror is even stronger than their armament or observation. I do like the idea, but yeah. And now moving on to the final one, we have Not. He says, I want there to be a classing system between 2 Haki users. A classing system would be cool. It would be cool, kind of like that one game, I think Shonen Unleashed, was it? Where they had really cool classing system in that game as well. That would be a sick way to kind of tie it in, but it could be hard because at least in Shonen Unleashed, it's easy to do like a Rasengan and Chidori clashing, or like a Kamehameha and Gallic Gun. But how would it work with armament Haki, like to make the effects and stuff like that? I guess it'll take a bit of imagination, probably, but like I think that would be pretty cool. You maybe have to spam a button and then it probably you know, whoever wins just stuns the other one. Yeah. He also says, and I'll also want an advancement system where you can imbue your weapons to an even stronger point as you level in. Yeah, sorry. And it also amplifies devil fruit abilities too, and there should also be 2 levels for each Haki type, Haki or advanced Haki. You see how we said, and there should be 2 levels for each Haki type? That's kind of what I meant when I said, okay, maybe once you get to a certain level with your Haki, you know, just your regular Haki like armament or observation, it caps out at a certain stat point, and then you have to go to another teacher or something, and he teaches you how to master advanced versions of the different types of Haki. Now that would be cool, and again, it gives you more trials like that you have to go through to complete it, and then eventually get the Haki. Woo! Woo boy, shit, that would be crazy. But yeah, so far this is pretty much the ideas you guys have given and what you guys would want to see or somewhat want to see with Haki. Yeah, I just kind of want to make a video on it and talk about it because I thought it'd be really cool to have the voices of, you know, some people in the community talk. If you guys want to be part of these videos, man, come join the Discord. Links will be down below. And if you guys want another one, leave a like and I'll catch y'all in the next video.